All right, calm down. I'm not eating raw animal foods here, YouTube and all my viewers. I am not advocating for it. I'm not telling anyone to do it. Talk to your doctor before eating anything. I don't really care. But yeah, all that. But just in theory, if raw animal products like liver, oysters, eggs have the most micronutrients of all foods ever, like all stuff that you can take through your mouth and actually, I don't know how to speak English, and actually digest, then why should we eat vegetables anyway? And second question, just in theory, if those foods, if those products, if those animal-based products have the most, like the highest density of micronutrients when they're raw, why should we even cook them? Now, the first one, I guess the answer is clear. Like, yeah, you should only eat animal-based foods. You can take all micronutrients through animal-based foods. Like, if you ask ChatGPT, it will say magnesium and vitamin C and whatnot, like stuff like that. But you get it through liver. You literally have it in liver. You have magnesium, I believe magnesium and vitamin C in liver, but I'm not sure if it's both. But you definitely get all through animal-based foods. You can get all of it. I don't know why AI is lying, literally. Like, you will ask this ChatGPT and it will say, well, you are missing magnesium and this and that. And then you look it up and it says, well, yeah, you got it actually. You got it in liver. So you got all micronutrients. So you don't really need vegetables and not even any like fruits, because they're all man-made. And I guess like, to be fair, animal food like cows and stuff, they're also not made by men, but they have been, what would you call it? Like, they have been, in the same way that fruits and vegetables have been paired and what would you call? What's the word, man? I don't know any English today. Let me think. I'm gonna take 10 seconds now to think, all right? Let me think. Genetically modified? No, it's not right. Like, in German it would be gezüchtet. Like, they have been paired. Like, let's say you have cows, all right? And you have some cows, like back in the days, like back thousands of years ago. You have some cows that produce way more milk than other cows. So you pair the ones who make a lot of milk even more, like their children and stuff, even more, so you get better cows who produce more milk and have more fat and meat and stuff. So that's what I'm talking about. They did the same thing with fruits and vegetables as well, but they did it to such an extreme, like they looked so different than their original form now. Like, for example, you know, like typical picture of bananas, that they all have a whole lot of little, man, I forget English, like the little points, like the little black thingies in it, like a whole lot of them, and you don't really have any flesh of the fruit. So they have genetically modified it. I'm saying it like they put some chemicals into it. No, they just paired, like they just put the two, like the banana plants next to them, which have little seeds. So they pair, like they have plant intercourse and they produce more plants that don't actually have that issue and have less and less. Seeds, yes, seeds inside of, no, not seeds. It's seeds, right? Whatever, you get my point, man. I'm gonna get back to the original points, but what we are really talking about is raw foods, alright, raw animal foods, and it's just more micronutrient dense. And the only reason why we're not eating it is because of parasites and other illnesses that you get through it. But if you have a good microbiota in your stomach, you won't have that issue. Because I can point at the Hadza, I can point at the Maasai, I can point at the, like, all tribes basically that live in nature and just eat raw meat, and they don't have these issues. They get some issues. They might die of something, but they don't have like these illnesses that we talk about when it's about raw meats, because you get the risk, for example, for raw milk, you get E. coli, you get capipepe, something, you get listeria, something like that. And yeah, honestly, I've been drinking raw milks and I'm good. Honestly, I'm all right. I gotta say, I had to I'm saying, like, I have to train my stomach, I have to train my microbiota, so I have to start slow and drink more and more. But now that my microbiota, my gut is like used to it, I'm fine. And I feel good, and it's just scientific. Like, this is not even like, people would say this is like theory, just sayings and stuff. Like, people think this stuff, like it's just a thought, but it's actually true. Scientifically, all animal-based foods, products, have more micronutrients when they're not processed in any type of way. They just have the most. It's just a fact. They have more macros. They have more protein, carbohydrates, fats and stuff. I don't know if they have more fats when they're processed, but usually more when they're cooked or processed. I believe with eggs, at least, that's the case. But when they're not, they have more micronutrients, and that's what's really important. We need more micronutrients. We take supplements because we can't get enough micronutrients for our foods, and I just believe we have to train our guts that they can do it. And that's basically the answer to all our nutritional problems. Because tell me another solution, all right? Because it just makes sense. Because the only issues are the parasites and the illnesses, and you can avoid them by just conditioning yourself, training your stomachs, training your guts to actually digest that stuff. And if you do that, you're good. And that's basically it. That's why I do it. But yeah, that's all. It's all to it. Like, I don't got nothing more to say about raw animal foods. That's basically it. And I believe you're somewhat biohacking if you're using that stuff, if you're eating that, because like it's so micronutrient dense. Like, for example, oysters, they have so much zinc. Like, I believe like even a little bit of it is like 700% or something, or a little bit less. Like a lot of percentages, all right? A lot of percentages of your daily need that you would take, because they're so high in zinc. And zinc is like one of the top tier micronutrients that boost testosterone. And who doesn't want more testosterone? So yeah, I'm not really that well versed. I'm not that well versed in that topic. I need to maybe inform myself more. But that's like if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, honestly. This time you can actually comment. Normally I tell people if they like the video, they should not like, not comment, not subscribe. But this time I'll tell you to comment. Comment something. Comment. Like, tell me about your opinion on this matter. Teach me. Teach me. Look, I'm not all knowing. I know everything but not this. Okay? I know everything but not all about nutrition. I just believe it's so basic. Like, this is like these are all true. So raw animal food, like animal foods have the most micronutrients in all, like they if you eat a variety of animal foods, you will get all macronutrient, and also the most micronutrient dense foods of all are the animal foods. So that's a fact. Raw animal based foods or animal products have the highest macronutrient density, even more than when they're processed. That's also a fact. They are dangerous because they can have parasites. They most likely do have parasites. They do have illnesses inside of them. They do have harmful bacteria or whatever. That's also a fact. But also you can have a digestive, like you have a kind of digestive tract who can actually like deal with it and just kill all of them, and yeah, have a good microbiota which can digest it, because we see it in this world. We see it in Africa, we see it even in Europe. Like, people used to drink raw milk here for centuries. People used to drink raw milk here in Europe for centuries. Especially in Germany, people used to drink raw milk here all the time. Especially people who live like on the land, in the country, on the countryside. But yeah, those are the 4 facts. So tell me if I'm wrong with any of them, and if you think differently. And other than that, don't like, don't subscribe, comment that, but get off your phone after that and delete social media, delete YouTube. And if you don't, I'll see you tomorrow.